Welcome to Today Fights, where the punches don't stop when the bell rings. If you think every fight is decided inside the ring, think again. Because today's story isn't about who won. It's about what we were never meant to see. Leaked documents, explosive reactions, and a controversy shaking combat sports to its core. This isn't hype. This isn't rumor. This is Today Fights. Most boxing scandals don't start in the ring. They start with a whisper, a screenshot, a rumor nobody can prove, but nobody can ignore. And this one was explosive. A leaked document. A so-called fight script, and one name stamped all over it. Jake Paul. Jake Paul has never existed quietly in the world of boxing. Every fight, every announcement, every step he takes into the ring is followed by controversy. But this time the noise didn't come from trash talk, weigh-ins, or viral promos. It came from something far more damaging, an alleged leaked fight scripts. According to a report published by Mirror UK, a document began circulating online ahead of one of Jake Paul's biggest fights. This document claimed to lay out the fight in advance, round by round, almost like a screenplay. It detailed momentum swings, moments where one fighter would take control, and even how the bout would eventually end. The implication was explosive, that the fight may have been planned long before the first punch was thrown. The reaction was immediate and intense. Fans questioned whether boxing had crossed a dangerous line. Critics accused Jake Paul of turning professional fights into staged performances. Others dismissed the leak as nonsense, arguing it was nothing more than fan fiction or an attempt to stir chaos before fight night. But once the idea was out there, it couldn't be ignored. The Mirror UK report made it clear that the so-called script was not verified by any boxing authority, promoter, or commission. Still, the damage was already done. The mere suggestion that a fight involving a licensed professional boxer could be scripted shook confidence across the sport. For money fans, this wasn't just about Jake Paul. It was about whether boxing itself was losing credibility. Social media poured fuel on the fire. Screenshots, breakdown videos, and reaction clips flooded. Some fans compared the situation to professional wrestling, questioning whether certain modern boxing events were becoming entertainment first and competition second. Others pushed back hard, reminding everyone that fixed fights carry severe legal consequences and would be nearly impossible to pull off under regulatory scrutiny. But the loudest reactions didn't come from fans. They came from fighters. Former heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder was one of the most vocal critics. Wilder suggested that he believed some of Jake Paul's fights, including his rumored clash with Anthony Joshua, felt manufactured. He implied that the entire setup looked suspicious, feeding into the belief that outcomes were being guided rather than earned. His comments instantly reignited debate and gave credibility, at least in the eyes of some fans, to the leaked script rumors. Anthony Joshua's camp responded forcefully. Promoter Eddie Hearn flatly rejected the idea of any fight being scripted, calling the accusation ridiculous and legally impossible under professional boxing rules. Joshua himself made it clear through his actions and words that he viewed Jake Paul as an opponent, not a business partner in a staged event. His aggressive demeanor during face-offs sent a message. This was real, and it would be violent. The conversation didn't stop there. Tyson Fury added his own brand of sarcasm, mocking the entire spectacle surrounding influencer boxing. While Fury didn't directly endorse the idea of scripted fights, his comments reflected a wider frustration among traditional fighters who believe social media theatrics are overshadowing real competition. Legendary heavyweight Lennox Lewis took a different approach. Rather than focusing on rumors, he spoke about how he would personally dismantle Jake Paul in the ring. His breakdown was technical, blunt, and rooted in decades of elite boxing experience. It served as a reminder that, scripted or not, real punches have real consequences. Analysts and insiders weighed in as well. Many pointed out that leaked scripts appear before major fights all the time, especially in the age of AI and viral content. Most are fan-made predictions disguised as insider leaks. In legitimate professional boxing, fixed outcomes would risk criminal charges, lifetime bans, and the collapse of promotional empires. No credible evidence has surfaced proving that Jake Paul's fights were Still, the controversy highlighted a deeper issue. Jake Paul exists in a space between sport and spectacle. His fights generate massive attention, huge pay-per-view numbers, and intense emotional reactions. That combination makes every rumor louder, every accusation sharper, and every leak more believable to a skeptical audience. Paul himself has leaned into the chaos. His promotional tactics, viral stunts, and online antics often blur the line between reality and performance. That approach has made him incredibly successful, but it has also made him vulnerable to accusations like this one. When entertainment becomes inseparable from competition, trust becomes fragile. Even fellow combat sports figures like Michael Bisping have warned Paul about the danger of stepping too far into the deep end. Bisping suggested that facing a real heavyweight like Anthony Joshua isn't something you can script your way through. One clean punch could end not just a fight, but a career. As for Jake Paul, he continues to dismiss critics and move forward. He insists that his fights are real, his opponents are legitimate, and his results are earned. To him, the leaked script is just another chapter in a long story of people doubting his place in boxing. So here's the real question. Not whether Jake Paul's fights are scripted, but whether modern boxing has trained fans to expect a script. Because once doubt enters the ring, every punch looks rehearsed. Every knockout looks suspicious. And every victory feels negotiable. According to reporting from Mirror UK, there is still no verified proof that any Jake Paul fight has been fixed, but the fact that so many people were ready to believe it may be the most revealing part of this entire story. This isn't just about Jake Paul, it's about a sport at a crossroads torn between authenticity and attention, competition and clicks. And the next time the bell rings, one question will echo louder than the crowd. Is this a fight or a performance? If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to Today Fights for the stories behind the punches, the drama, the truth, and everything they don't show on Fight Night. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And remember, in combat sports, the fight doesn't end in the ring. This is Today Fights.